Hey friends, welcome to our homestead, welcome inside of our solar room. Many of you are familiar with the EG4 products, including the EG4 Chargeverters. This behind me is the EG4 Chargeverter GC, and I've done a video on that before. But brand new to the market is the EG4 Chargeverter Plus. You can see this looks a little bit different, and there are some big additions to this. Let me tell you about the features of this new Chargeverter. Then we're going to connect it and give it a test run. So if you are unfamiliar with what a Chargeverter does in general, it is a charging apparatus that connects to a generator that helps you charge your lithium iron phosphate batteries for your solar system. And what that does is clean up the dirty sine wave or dirty power from the generator, because you don't want that unclean sine wave coming in and screwing up your batteries. If you're unfamiliar with a regular gas generator, it has something called harmonic distortion or total harmonic distortion, and that is usually between 10 and 15% on a gas generator. You need that to be less than 3% for it to be considered clean power. And that's what this does. But let me tell you about the difference between this one and the old Chargeverter GC. And that is, you can see evidence of it right here. It actually has an IP54 rating. That stands for Ingress Protection 5.4, which means this is rated for outdoor use but undercover. It can take splashing water and some limited dust intrusion. And we are excited because we get to move another piece of equipment outside. This will do just fine underneath a big overhang on a house, as long as it stays out of direct rain, which it's not rated for. And you also want to keep this out of direct sunlight. So, like the other Chargeverters, this charges at 100 amps at 240 volts, or it charges at 50 amps at 120 volts. But besides the IP54 rating, the two other differences are that it is UL 1012 certified. So when you are commissioning your system and you need plans for the governing body approval, you can put this on there. And interestingly, this is rated now for higher altitude usage. So the internal parts have been beefed up. The original yellow colored Chargeverter and the Chargeverter GC were only rated up to, I think, 4,950 feet above sea level, give or take. So our friends putting in systems in the mountains weren't really able to use them to their full capacity. The Chargeverter Plus is rated up to 9,843 feet above sea level. And that's only because of those internal beefed up parts. Some other new features is that the generator control on this has more features. And it has the ability to do a cool down and warm up process on your generator. And that's just going to help your generator longevity. And you can also set startup and shutdown times with this for your generator. And that's a big help if you use your generator all the time to charge your batteries. And it also has expanded features within the control screen. And that's for things like that generator control. But by far the thing I'm most excited about is that IP54 rating. So let's get this on the wall outside. If you want to check one of these out, we do have a link for it in our video description, along with a coupon code that if you use our link, you'll get $50 off this Chargeverter. So head below and check that out. All right, we've got our Chargeverter Plus mounted outside underneath the eave. We're right in between our two battery banks, our Pites battery bank and our big battery Ethos bank. Then we've also got indoor EG4 wall mounts on the inside. Mounting it here through our distribution box should be able to charge all the batteries. However, in my case, there's one setback. And that is my distribution blocks, my big 600 amp bus bars behind here use an M10 bolt. And the cable that comes with the Chargeverter has an opening or a lug on the end for an M8 bolt. This M8 bolt will work with the 314 amp hour wall mount battery. But if you have 280 amp hour wall mount batteries, you will need to get the adapter cable. And I did show that on a previous video, which you can click on up here. So for now, for the test, we are going to take the Chargeverter off the wall, take it inside, connect this to our 314 amp hour battery. We'll connect it to our generator and plug it in. Okay, we brought the new Chargeverter Plus back inside so we can test it. Of course, the Chargeverter comes with communications cables, but again, these are kind of short, so it needs to be near your inverter. And for us right now, we are running our FlexBus 21, which is outside. But that's okay. I usually run on all my equipment open loop communications anyway. And of course it comes with your dry contact cable, which plugs in right here on the side of the Chargeverter and then connects to the starting mechanism for auto start on your generator if it has that capability. Most smaller generators actually don't. Mine is a 10 kW Champion generator, dual fuel, and it does not have that capability. But if I was to run this, my generator does need to be quite close to the Chargeverter. This cable is only about 6 feet long. In my opinion, this dry contact cable, for it to work well for people's situations where the generators are set up, it needs to be at least 3 times as long. Maybe that's something that EG4 can look at in the future. But yes, it wouldn't be hard to splice something onto the end of this. Just a thought. Same goes for the comms cable. Let's take a look at our Chargeverter Plus. Of course, since it's rated for outdoor use, we've got this enclosure around our main breaker here on the front. We've got these waterproof type connectors here that just push on, and we've got this sealed communication port. And then here's where the dry contacts connect. When connecting these, you want these to push in and click. Then you know they're secure. Now we can open up the conduit box on top of our 314 amp hour battery, and we have these screw terminals right here. And that's where we can connect our Chargeverter to. Of course, make sure everything is completely off before connecting these. Okay, if you can hear it, we've got our generator running outside and our Chargeverter is on. Let's take a look at these settings before I start charging the battery. Here's the main screen. Here you can see the charging voltage, amperage, and the state of charge, which will be with the comms cable. So you can see it is lost, which means we don't have comms enabled. Go to the next screen and we can see the fan RPM, the version of the firmware, the temperature, the charged kilowatt hours, etc. Okay, we're gonna enter in, hold down enter, and now you can see we can set the voltage, state of charge, start, voltage start, everything you need, the amperage, everything. And we can click in, we can see the generator settings, which is on the second screen. We can set the preheat time and cooling time, the protocol settings if we have comms enabled. And then on this third screen, you can see we can set the charging time for the generator. So our generator outputs 240 volts, so we can reset this current. We're obviously gonna bump this up as much as we can. Now I found the sweet spot on the other Chargeverter to be at about 95 amps with our specific generator. So I'm gonna try that again with this Chargeverter. Let's turn the breaker on and it will ramp up the amperage for charging. You see right here it's climbing, and it'll climb hopefully to about 95%. Hitting 94.3 amps. And you can see here on the screen on the 280, it is charging. Something else I wanted to point out that is really nice with this Chargeverter is it has removable air filters on both sides. You can see the screws up here in the corners. On the Chargeverter GC, that is not the case. And that's because this is rated for outdoor use. Well, that's it, friends. That's the new Chargeverter Plus. It has UL certification, it has more generator control on it, and it is IP54 rated. So as soon as I change the lugs on the ends of the charging cables, I can get it outside for my system. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section below. Now go check out this video right here, which is our video on the 12,000 XP inverter, which, if you didn't know, just had a huge price drop. Over $700. So go check that out. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you next time. Bye.